Good. There we go. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Rage Across the Kingdom of Apples. As a certain guru, as after training with a cub, and then training on the dummies for a little bit, he'll make his way out of the sept towards his home, but he's not going home. He's going to a park, and on his way, he'll text someone he knows, a certain little crow he knows, saying, "Hey, I need to tell you something. I want to meet up," and he'll say the name of the park and like where he is going at the park.
All right. Yeah, he'll get a text back and just, oh, that doesn't sound all right. Not in Brooklyn, so I won't see you there in a little bit.
And so he'll go to the park and he'll lay on the grass.
All right. Any trees around him, perhaps?
Yeah, there's probably a tree just next to him.
All right. Then he'll probably sit there for, I'd guess, probably 30 minutes, 45, thereabouts. It is New York, after all. Even as the crow flies, there's some distance to travel. Until there's kind of a rustling sound from the tree above him, and if he looks up, there's Hall just kind of sitting on a branch, just looking down at him.
Oh, you made it.
Oh, absolutely not. What you're seeing right now is actually an illusion cast forward in time by several magic stones that reside in the water beneath the Hudson.
That could be true. I don't know what you people can do. But exactly true. I know some of you swim pretty damn well. That's about it.
And that's all we do. And Hall will say that as he clambers down the tree.
Well, I also know some of you don't swim that well, apparently.
Oh, no. We are all expert swimmers. Everyone in the Olympics is one of us.
I remember that. You were an Olympic swimmer too.
Indeed. The freestyle.
But, yeah. Wanted to talk to you about something. You won't need to worry about Dallas anymore.
There's a quizzical eyebrow raise.
She died.
Ah. Passed beyond the faded veil, shuffled off the mortal coil, all that good stuff, huh?
Pretty much. She died doing what? No, well, she died fighting, but yeah.
Well, suppose I shouldn't say that I'm sorry for your loss, then.
And hell, smell. Yeah, she was a stubborn and narrow-minded bitch. She had her good side. It was kind of, you had to dig, really. But no, she wasn't all bad.
Oh, I'm absolutely and positively certain of that.
Yeah, his eyes kind of narrow.
Pulling up those dice.
Because, I mean, he knows how Puka talk.
Hey, we can do gross exaggerations. He wouldn't know that we can do gross exaggerations, but we can do gross exaggerations. At least an extra one.
Yeah, let me. There we go. So
Alright.
that's
Oh, come on!
oh. That's amazing.
Nice, and I get 1.
And someone gets 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah, no, he says that. And you can judge by the way his face kind of twitches and the inclination in his voice. He's not taking, he's not, saying that Simon is completely wrong. Like, you can definitely tell that he is partially agreeing with you, but also there's just a slight tone of someone who is not utterly convinced.
Yeah. Again, he'll say, well, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about another subject.
Oh, absolutely not. So, how are things for you other than the inevitable?
There's been I don't know, in not all good, not all bad, trying to take it as it is, I guess. Few people. Yeah.
Well, I suppose that isn't the best that one can hope for.
Yeah, I mean, especially. I'm pretty sure it's the same on your side. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, and actually rarely is.
Yeah, I'll just kind of nod at that. Yes. Sunshine and rainbows. They really don't like to tell us that it's going to be that, but then, of course, the city is going to spontaneously light on fire one of these days, and nobody will be surprised.
Yeah. Oh, that does make a difference between your people and our people. Our people don't pretend there's going to be sunshine and rainbows.
Oh. We don't really pretend that there is sunshine and rainbows. We are sunshine and rainbows, after all. Every single one of us.
I mean, from what I heard, you guys, yeah. I mean, you're fairies.
And you're werewolves.
One of us is like more glamorous and the fabulous, and can put it in speech marks, than the other.
Well, I will not say we don't look better, that is for certain. Our sense of fashion is much more heightened. Though, that probably doesn't relate back to why we're so dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean... So...
So I wanted to... I saw a place that was looking for artists to sell their stuff, and I was going to contact them about getting my work sold there.
Oh.
So if
you
want to come along?
Of course not. In fact, I might not be able to put in a good word for you. I may or may not have an in with the proprietor.
The interesting Calypso's Grotto thing?
I'll just start laughing at that point.
And he'll smirk. You know what? There was no name on this, so I don't know who it is, but you know what? I'll let it be a surprise.
She didn't forget to put a name on her. Oh, she's never going to hear the end of that. No, she's going to kill me.
And he'll smirk. See, now you kind of ruined a bit of the surprise. Now it's a she.
Oh, trust me. When you see who it is, you might actually reconsider not working for us.
Is it? What? And he'll get closer and smirk. Is it the Wicked Witch?
Oh, you wish. Trust me. She is, well, after the house fell on her, she is child's play compared to some of the things that you'll see down that way.
And he'll say, okay, and there was a number, sorry. And he doesn't, he have his number, and he doesn't have Mish's number, so he doesn't know. So I'll just send Chrissy the link, guys. As he texts the number that's on there about meeting somewhere.
And Hall just kind of, as Simon is texting, just kind of motion him towards the general direction of south and just, well, it isn't in Brighton Beach either way, so it's not going to be a fair little jaunt.
All right. Well, I'm good to go.
Well, and here I thought I was going to have to start building a cabin here.
I mean, we can call a cab. It's probably the best idea. It's not exactly next door.
What? You don't want to take the bus? I'm sure you'll get along great on the bus.
I mean, I think the bus company would get pissed at me because I would bring the number down on that one big bus.
Unfair.
Although the taxi might get... Now what? The bus actually has to stop. And the taxi might... I mean, the taxi might see me and be like, nope. So, you know what? Bus actually does seem like the best idea, strangely. Uber? Wait, Uber has to take us.
Oh. Well, let's not see what goes on with Uber. Tap away.
And he'll order an Uber. And the car comes, and they get to it. And I'll say that the Uber is like, yeah, waiting. And then he sees, there's Hall, but it's mostly Simon. He sees Simon coming, and he's like, ah.
Hall's going to slide into that passenger seat with just a big shit-eating grin on his face.
And I said the Uber driver is just like, and he's like pretty quiet as he just takes Simon. Doesn't say anything the whole way through. Ubers are not really like, so how was your day? And so what do you do? No, this Uber's just like, not talking. And they get close. Christy, no cab.
Has she answered?
She hasn't seen the thing yet. The Uber's just like, I'll say that it was like, just like, fuck it, with 5, well, he did have 5, but fuck it, let's just say he was back at 5 rage. And there
Oh, God.
Because they're just before they get there, there's like, it's a bit before. And the Uber driver just goes, fuck it, can't take anymore, and stops. Here's $10. I'm stopping before. I can't take it anymore. Get out, please.
Yeah.
Simon Burke like heads. Well, doesn't smirk, but he like does a kind of hits his head purposely on the front, like fucking not that again, and he gets out.
Yeah. Hall will grin at the Uber driver and get out and stand next to Simon, watching probably the Uber speed away at this point, and just.
Well, we won $10 on that run, I guess.
Oh, the mortals are so twitchy. Okay.
And they'll say, yeah. He's got the address, so he'll walk towards Calypso's Broda, I guess, is where they're meeting.
That's where Hall's leading him either way.
Okay.
Trust a Puka to go for the most awkward meeting place ever. Still under construction store.
They'll get in. And they get in the new little shop.
Well, they'll get close to it before Hall kind of stops and just, don't wait here. I'm gonna go prep, and he's just gonna walk up and rap on the door a few times, and by a few times I mean very rapidly staccato like.
It's probably closed. It's under construction.
You mean so it sounds like a bird rap tapping on the window?
Yeah, just on the door.
Well, the door is a glass door. It's a storefront.
Oh yeah,
it's all glass in the front.
Yeah, then it's stuff like ding 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 ding.
I mean, that would catch her attention, I assume. Because it would be locked, as I'm kind of on the flying this whole thing. Thanks, guys.
I was leaving it up to Nelson to prep you here.
Well, nobody actually said that anybody called her or anything, so she has no idea.
Well, yeah, true. On their, sorry. In the scene, I did say he sent a text, but yeah, that was before you said it. Sorry.
You never told me that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, do you think I sat there and watched the whole scene just because I could? No, I didn't.
To be fair, he did. It was also he sent the message, and then Hall was like, "Let's go." So she might have not gotten the message yet.
Well, if it's just a text, I'm sure she did get a text of some sort. Probably glanced at it, and then there was the tapping on the window / door. So she glances down, figures she can get back to that in a minute because, like, it's just a fucking text. Although, to be honest, though, Simon never had her number, did he?
Isn't it on the paper thing?
Well, she would have had to make a phone call. And that was actually, and the number that she put up there was actually the one to the store itself. Okay. So you would have had to make a phone call to the store itself.
Oh, okay. Okay. It was to the phone.
Right. Store. No, she's not going to give out her personal cell number in the newspaper.
True. That makes sense.
Already did that drunkenly to a hunter.
Okay, that was once, and it was an accident. But anyway, so did you actually call? Because or you could maybe, I don't know, you could just maybe skip over that part.
I mean, knowing Hall, we can.
Maybe grab you. Maybe
like, hey, I'm going to call, and Hall was just like, "Nah, you don't need to call. Let's just go." Up to you.
Yeah, listen to the Puka. Totally listen to the Puka. Yeah. So she. Fine. We'll do it that way. That makes most sense here because otherwise you would have to play out a whole phone call when he's right outside the door, and it's just silly. So yeah, she looks up from. Actually, you can't really see her. You see like the top of her head. Just over the top of a room that looks. It's well lit. it's really empty at this point. There's a couple of shelving units up, but not a ton yet. And you can see her like her head, basically the top of her head, just above like, because she's actually sitting behind a counter that looks like the probably where the register will be.
Mm-hmm.
So she's sitting on the floor there. So she kind of has to sort of goes, huh? And then sort of shoves herself up so that she can actually see above. So you see just a head like above a counter. And she blinks because she doesn't remember exactly giving him the address, but it doesn't surprise her that he'd have it either way. Maybe she did. Who knows?
The flyers.
And the flyers, I don't think it had address.
Oh,
it's okay though. It's fine. No, it's I don't think it's fine. We're just gonna let it be because she did give that address to someone else before. There's no reason why you wouldn't have it in particular. So, yeah. So she'll kind of shove up and walk over, and she's not wearing this outfit. It just happens to be the picture I've thrown up at the moment because shorts in winter's stupid. And she'll kind of unlock the door with the sort of a questioning look on her face. But she opens the door and just lets him in, like no question,
I'd say someone's kind of surprised. Hello, Misha.
Oh, eek! I didn't see you there, Simon. Hi. What the hell is going on here?
Impromptu rave.
Not in here. Nope, not in here.
I was going to call the shop, and then oh, look, your friend is here. Thought it was a better idea to just turn up.
Well, it's harder to say no in person now, isn't it, Simon?
No, I mean you're both welcome. I wanted you to come anyways. You know that. No, and by the way, you come in, the first thing you probably notice is there's a lot of chemical smells. Like this place is brand spanking just cleaned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the shelving units are not actually against a wall yet. They everything's kind of pulled away from the wall, and there's like tarps and stuff on the ground. But yeah, like so, but yeah, look, you know how it looks when someone's about to start painting.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, but it smells very chemically clean, because she spent what yesterday and part of the day before just cleaning the shit out of this place, at least out of this room. So yeah, she'll close the door because she doesn't want the heat bill to go up. The first bill is going to be a lovely shock when she sees it. And welcome. As she kind of looks around.
I mean, I saw the ad on the paper about looking for artists that made stuff. I was looking to get. I mean, being what I am, it's kind of hard getting people to sell my stuff, except for internet, and otherwise having someone else have a shop for you. People might kind of scare people.
No, I'm definitely looking for people. Because that's kind of the whole point of this place. Not necessarily for very special people like you, but just for people who don't really have anywhere to sell the stuff and they actually make stuff. And she's gonna move closer to Hall because she hasn't seen him in like a couple of days, and she's just gonna kind of like wrap her arms around him. She doesn't care how unprofessional it is at this point. And she'll just kind of just hug him for a second and then kind of look at Simon and be like, well, you see what I've got here. I probably would have made this meeting somewhere else because of the unfinished state of the place, but I can show you what it is, and if you have some imagination, maybe you can get some idea.
A lot. And he has a bag in the making. I have a few things I made here. Good, because that I need to make sure that what I'm selling is of, good quality, not to be snobby or anything, but I have a reputation to protect as much as anybody else here does. Yeah, no, that's more than understandable.
Good. Well, let me show you around so you can see kind of the things that you would need to see. And we'll talk numbers afterwards. And yeah, she will just kind of hold her arms out and be like, "This is the store. This is / will be Calypso's grotto." And she will actually fish behind the counter and hand him a card with that one design on it, which you know the design I mean.
Yeah.
It was set up on here. I wonder where it went. I'll find it again. But
sometimes
it's just very strange that it did that. Kind of just wandered away. Okay, well, it's got to be someplace. And yeah, so she will what I'm thinking is once the paint's done, it's going to be kind of a sort of a soft ocean blue kind of color, and then I'll have like bright white shelves. And basically, I have two options here. You can either like just basically rent like a small section of this store that I will then basically handle for you. Like if someone comes and says, "Hey, I would like," I wonder if someone could, if Simon could make me something specific, then I could either have them call you, or I could call you and try to kind of be go-between. Depends how you prefer to handle things like that. Or you can just simply say you don't take special requests. I just know when you're hand making things, a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's perfect," but if the color was just different.
Not. I'll take special requests, but go through you.
Okay. I mean, you can think about all this. I'm just kind of giving you options. You can either actually just rent the entire, like say this space that she kind of shows like the size of a length of shelves, or you can just rent 2 of them, then fill it as you like, or you can I can just give you a certain amount, and then basically you would get money by the piece that you sold, which would be okay. Let me clarify that. You can either pay straight rent for like just like this area. This is the area that you would get to use, and there would be a storage space in the back for you to put back stock as well. I can show you where it is. It's not done yet, but I can show you where it will be.
I'll take a look.
Or, yeah, totally. The other option is, you still get the same amount of space, but instead of paying a straight rent, I would get, like, for whatever you sell, I get a part of it. The standard is actually about 40%, believe it or not. I'm looking at doing about 30 for now, because I'm new. So I'm trying to be pretty fair about that. You can consider how you want to do this. And she'll just kind of gesture, just kind of look at Hall and be like, "That over there is the office. There is a mini fridge in there. If you want something to drink, go grab it, Hall. Do what you like."
Hall grins and scampers off towards the mini fridge.
And if you want something as well, I'll get it for you. You're actually sort of a customer.
Yeah, I'll have a beer.
Well, basically at this point, there's iced tea, water, and vodka and orange juice. Those are your options at this point. I wasn't planning for this.
I'll have the ice cream.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh no.
She'll head back and come back with a glass of iced tea. It's sweetened because that's what she would have here. And I'm assuming Hall would kind of scamper back out with something too. God knows what.
Oh no, it's actually frightfully normal. It's also probably iced tea at this point. But seeing as he doesn't have to order it, it is frightfully mundane.
That's probably why he likes being at home. He can just get what he wants. Cool. Right. So, follow me. And she will walk through a different doorway, like that's more towards the back of the store. And and head like off to one side. There's like basically she'll open different doors along the way. You can see that they too have that very chemical clean smell because she finally got them to be clean like today. Like that's what she spent like most of the day doing. The paint and trying to do shelving units, and there's just so many crappy things to do. But yeah, she'll kind of show you there's different, like there's a smaller storage area, there's a larger one, and then something vaguely more. Yeah, there's another. Basically, there's like 3 different storage areas, and she'll head into the larger one, and she'll be like, "Okay, so you have to use your imagination. I'm going to put up a variety of shelving things, and I'm going to find some way to find like some sort of a little door that closes over them so that you can actually lock it. You know, it's like a little padlock on it so that if other people who are selling things here, you know, couldn't come in and they want to restock and put things in, they'll have their own little padlock and they can't get into your stuff.
Kind of
I'm
looking
thinking
around
ahead.
and imagining how it's going to be.
Yeah, and she'll kind of I imagine, but she's probably done all the math, knows, you know, exactly how big this area would be, and so she'll kind of come over and sort of gesture with her hands, because she's had plenty of time to plan this place. And she's just she'll be like, it'll be about this much, you know, this much space. I can either refill or you can refill. It doesn't much matter. I just need to know whether to keep an eye on the area. And you'd have to bring in your own things, obviously, to put them out, to, you know, to refill whatever. But whatever you leave back here, I can certainly pull to the front.
Until not. Yeah, but.
And there's a little bathroom back there. Obviously, you're going to have a bathroom in a place like this. It's just a small little employee bathroom type thing. And she'll just kind of be like, it's going to get a new paint job, and I'm going to check the plumbing myself on this. I'm pretty good with handling house repair. So.
And in about how long do you think the place will be ready?
Within a week to 2 weeks. It's actually in pretty decent shape. It just needs a little bit of cosmetic, you know, mostly paint and getting new shelving up and the cleaning. As you can see, I'm doing that right now. The cleaning and the shelves, and yeah. So I'd say a week or 2. I'm going to look into, I'm not sure if I can actually legally sell alcohol because of certain issues, but looking into that as well. There is potential that food will be sold here, but I'm going to have to look into all of the licensing and stuff, see what needs to be done. But I can sell regular things for now, at least.
And I mean, and he'll tap his bag. Like I was saying, I have some of the stuff I made here.
Sure.
And
Let's head back up front where there's a counter you can put it on.
Yeah. When they get to the counter, he'll open it and a few stuff here. But I mean, some examples. He'll have more than that. But there's one I have a picture of, but I can't find it. It's it's like a beanie, but it's in the form of R2-D2. And he'll pull that up, say, I made that during Christmas.
I mean, there are some people who actually want ugly sweaters. I'm not going to deny that there are things that people want that I might personally not choose ever. No offense. She's tilting her head to one side, trying to look at it.
Yeah, and he'll smile this, but it's not just a Christmas sweater. It's also a Stranger Things sweater.
Right. Well, that's fair. And she will kind of pick it up. Like, I assume he picked like it. There's no obvious holes or any weirdness to it, right?
No. I mean, he has like 6 dice to make his stuff, so it should be pretty good quality.
Okay. And like it's
with a specialty, so yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's on an average 2-3 to work is probably at 5 successes. I did make a 5 successing, so yeah, his work is probably like between the 3 to 5 success range,
which is certainly pretty good. And she'll kind of look over the things that you've put in front of her. And she will not. She'll just be like, just try to get to know your customer so you can make the things they want. Because that is kind of the point here. Like, I have no problem if you want to give me the money. You know, if you want to give me the money to get the space to sell things, and I will handle all of the details for you, that's fine. But yeah, once you see what starts going, hopefully you'll get a better idea for what sells and what doesn't.
And
this is a very beachy area, so you might want to keep that in mind.
True. I mean, most of the stuff I have here is different. Most of the stuff I have here is I made before knowing this place. But yeah, I should have that. I mean, there'll be this one, which actually might work more into the beach area, but yeah, which is not into the geeky stuff.
Yeah, she'll look at those and she'll actually kind of slide a hand in and be like, "Hey, Hall. Maybe I am some kind of fish." She looks at the scaly look of the little glove things. It probably sounds really terrible to Simon.
Well, I really don't trust that.
I mean, he's kind of confused, but he also saw her swim, so he figures maybe it's something to do with that.
Maybe she is some kind of fish.
Yes, I was like, you certainly seem to swim like one.
Yes, that I do. Most definitely. I swim like a fish. Mm-hmm. And she's kind of looking at the little gloves. She's like, these are actually pretty cool. You might make a killing with these. They don't look like they'd take very long.
Try to... Yeah, I made a few stuff. It's mostly what I do when I have time on my hands.
You might be able to make like little stuffed like mermaids or fish or seahorses. I mean, I'm not saying that you should go all out with the theme because I'm really not pushing the theme that hard, aside from like the blue walls, because I do need to fit into my surroundings. But it's something to consider. If you might get tired of making whatever it is that sells, but if it sells, it might be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, if it sells well enough. So, I mean, I guess I might get tired of it, but if it sells well enough, I guess it's worth it.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what, if you want to think about like the options here, and if anything doesn't work for you, or if you want to consult a lawyer or anything, I do have at least a basic contract that I can give you a copy of to look at, and you can think about it until, say in a week or so, maybe we can look at signing an actual contract. Just so you can have time to sort out what works for you.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll take a look and meet back up in a week for the contract.
Yeah, it's best that we cover all of the legal bases when it comes to this, because I don't think you want to get sued any more than I want to be sued. And if we know each what we're doing, it's clearer. I will say that if you expect me to take care of anything more than, say, putting out new stuff, it's going to be a tiny bit more. Like in terms of doing commissions and things, it won't be a ton because it's really just enabling a phone call, but it just means that I'll actually push for that if someone makes a comment like that, Like, oh, this would be lovely, but I wish her tail was blue. Okay, well, maybe I can talk to him, see if he can make you a blue-tailed mermaid. What do you think? Since it'll be me and potentially whatever employees I end up with, which won't be many at first, but I'm definitely going to get some people in here, and they will know how it works. We'll know exactly who is getting what done around here.
And he'll nod. Yeah.
I can't promise you
Oh.
won't have a problem with one of them. You might want to continue to focus on me in terms of being your go-between.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, at least for commissions, I'll take them. Better to go through you, and well, I'll see with your employees. Hopefully, I won't have any trouble with any of them. But if anything does
Well-
stir up,
Well, it's possible that some of them will be ordinary people.
and yeah, I'll say yeah, true. I mean, I won't have a problem with them. I think it will be mostly them that doesn't want to deal with me.
Well, I'll do my best. I don't know how. I don't really know. I don't really get what your issue is. But
Regular people.
Right.
He'll look to Hall. Hall has seen how regular people act around me.
It's hard to believe, but he didn't. He absolutely got better service than I did when we went to a bar.
and you do get the best service, especially without my help.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw some people had the same issue a couple of days ago.
I mean, we took an Uber coming here. The Uber decided to stop about 200 meters away because he couldn't take it anymore, and wouldn't complain. And that, so yeah, we won $10 on. We got $10 on the run.
No, I just saw in action something like one of your issues, I think. I assume they're your friends.
Did you
Aiden?
get a name?
Aiden and Iris?
Yeah, I think. I know them.
That's what I figured. Because I knew they were friends of Dallas's.
Yeah. And he looked whole.
Hall just looks deep into his iced tea as he drinks it.
Do I have to peony
Offer.
the situation? Because I will.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead.
Who am I peonying? Well, let's see. One person's looking directly into the iced tea, and the other one looked directly at the person who's looking into the iced tea. Let me look and make sure. I think I actually did finally buy up empathy on this character, so let me make sure I did. I think I might have actually gotten out of the 4 zone, which Chloe has been in for like almost the entire time I've played her. Just a second. Okay. I know what perception is. I just need empathy. I have not on this character, so we are still in the 4 zone. Yeah. A 3.
So
And that would have been on Simon, actually, because he was the one who seems to have given the weird look.
Okay. Oh wait, we're on dice roll or extra 1.
Oh, well, that's fair. Will you guys still accept my roll, or do you want me to redo it?
No, you're good.
I did a werewolf without even thinking like an idiot.
I mean,
it's just an empathy roll, but it's your call. I'm not going to get mad either way.
No, it's good. We'll accept it. I mean, Simon is Simon doesn't have subterfuge just yet. So he's at 2 dice. So yeah, you'll see.
And I thought my 4 perception was bad. Well, 4 perception P&E. But anyway, yeah. What am I getting with that then?
Yeah, there's an awkward feeling like there's something when you mention Dallas, there's something there that's, how can I explain this? It's awkward, but it's also there's a bit of.
There's something more to it.
There's a bit of sorrow there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just a bit. He's someone,
Yeah, Misha has no idea what happened to Dallas. So, um, something you guys aren't telling me?
Dels is no longer with us.
She moved?
No,
Yes.
she.
Oh, Christ. If I needed more confirmation. Okay.
She. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss if that's what happened.
Thank you.
In her head, she's thinking, I'm not sorry for Karina's loss.
That's what we were discussing. The wolves are like, oh, Dels died, and they're changed. Are like, yes.
She literally is just like, I mean, it sucks for people, for other people, but no. Right. Well, yeah, that's the Grand Tour. It's not a very large building, but it does what I need it to do. And, you know, you got to start somewhere. And I'm hoping that a lot more people like you will begin. I've gotten a few calls recently, and I'm going to speak to some more people in the next few days.
And you make jewelry, don't you?
I do, and I'm going to sell my own things here as well.
So yeah. Well, I guess if anyone's looking for jewelry, I'll point them to.
Oh,
To
we're going
this
to have a
shop.
lot of things. I have a feeling it's going to be just kind of a variety of things. I mean, there are lots of artsy people who want to actually make money on the things they make, right?
Yeah, I mean, money is kind of a thing we need.
I mean, it's great to have a hobby, but if you can actually make money doing something you love, I mean, I think I would have been all over it if I could have found a place like this.
Yeah, I mean, I normally sell my stuff on the internet with a friend, but having the shop on top of it, yeah, it's pretty freaking cool.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, as long as you can keep up with it, that's obviously a thing too, because you know, I mean, you have to be fast enough to make the things or make things that actually go fast. And obviously, in my case, since I make smaller items, you know, jewelry tends to be a lot smaller than, say, if I was going to make pottery. You know, you have to keep that in mind too, because I'm doing it by space, not by how many items you have here. Because I can't really sit there and be like, okay, so you can either put out 5 vases or 8 pieces of jewelry. No, that's stupid. So, all right, and she'll actually kind of walk behind the counter there and kind of flip through some papers that are underneath, and pull out a contract that she's already dealt with like a lawyer to, you know, get done. And she'll be like, this is the standard contract. If you have any real weird questions or anything like that, feel free to have it checked by your own, or, you know, whatever works for you. It's as I understand it, it's pretty standard. I certainly don't know enough about the law to be any kind of a lawyer.
I'll read it through and I'll say, yeah, I might take a copy to see it, check.
Yeah,
but yeah,
take it. Be sure of yourself before you sign something. Always. Got to be careful with those deals and promises.
Simon doesn't get that reference.
Yeah, Hall's just cracking up in the background.
Simon kind of looks weird, like with a raised eyebrow. At
You
all.
see successes, and let me see how well I can keep a straight face with this character right now. I mean, I got 2 successes. So, I mean, she, it's not it's a pretty straight face. But I think Hall knew exactly what she was doing there. So that's kind of really obvious. And she'll be like, so, I can show you guys one other thing if you want. But it has nothing to do with the business. This is where we cross back over into the friends area.
I'm intrigued.
Oh, I absolutely would hate more.
Well, you're not my friend anyways, so.
Oh. I'll go put the iced tea back.
You licked it.
Yes, just this one.
Duh. Christ, I'm gonna murder you. And yeah, she'll be like, "Why don't you guys step outside? I'm gonna flip out. Well, no, I'll leave the lights on because I'll be back down here in a minute." But go ahead, and she'll grab her jacket and kind of start shooing them towards the front door.
Okay, I'll go towards the front door. I don't know. US is guided.
Yeah, basically, she's going to, she will lock the door because she's not stupid enough to leave anything unlocked in New York, unless it's actually open that day or whatever. And she's gonna walk around the other side of the building, the side that's not from the direction you came. Otherwise, you would have seen it. And there's actually a set of steps going up the side, like attached to the side of the building. And we're not talking terrible, terrible hall steps. We're talking normal, even, not pretty, but very steady steps.
Oh, what? Don't like stairs that lean away from buildings.
I didn't have to fix these steps. Unlike someone I know who probably should have talked to the owner of where they lived a long time ago.
They're not part of the rustic charm.
Rustic charm. You mean crappy and in bad shape. Got it. You realize I could fix those, right?
I'm sure you could. I'm absolutely and positively sure that you could.
Right. You seem rather.
You sound like you could be a real estate agent. And as he looks at Chris.
Either way,
Sorry,
well, you.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go right ahead.
Shut up. Just repeat, please, for him.
Oh, I was just gonna say I didn't quite catch that.
You sound like you could be a real estate agent.
I have some oceanfront property for you. Oh wait, this is oceanfront. Look at that. And she's heading up the side, up the steps on the side of the building.
Well, I mean, if either one of you wants to buy a bridge, don't look me up.
Just having a little smile. Sees the beach. He likes the beach because of where he's from.
Oh yeah, I mean this is pretty much right on the beach. Like the storefront faces into the street, but when you go out the back door, it's just a few feet away from the beach. And Hull is probably not even slightly shocked by this.
Nope. He expected this.
Yeah. But yeah, so she goes up the steps, and whether you guys are following directly behind or not, it's up to you. But she is unlocking the door with another key. And we'll kind of open the door with a flourish, which is mostly, she's kind of looking directly at Hall as she does it, because she feels like it's kind of a Hall move. He's the flourishy type. And she's just going to stand there like, ta-da, door open, as she waits for them to either come up or just walk in the door.
So Samuel, he'll walk in and look around the place, see what it's like.
Well, you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. If you were going to say something.
No, go right ahead.
Okay, I was just going to describe what it is. It's basically a pretty large empty space. There is a door off to one side. And there is an air mattress with a sleeping bag thrown on top of it. That's just kind of haphazardly in the middle of the room. That part looks newer than the rest of it. It's not in very good condition. And there's not a lot of junk up here though. It's empty. It just hasn't been cleaned yet. And there's the one major thing about it is that there's a small window that's facing towards the beach and the ocean. So you can actually see the ocean and the beach from there. And she just she will kind of be like, this, they were using it as some kind of extra storage. Because there was stuff in here and I got rid of it. But this place is, I think I'm going to move here. Once I could get around to getting it fixed up enough and putting some walls up. Aside from the outside walls.
You'll have a nice view. I see this looking out the window.
Yeah, that window's getting enlarged. I'm sorry.
Oh, how surprising.
Hey, this place is big enough I can have an actual bedroom if I want. In fact, I think, according to my measurements, I could actually have 2 bedrooms, but the second one would be tiny, but 2 actual bedrooms. And a workspace.
Untrue.
It's kind of amazing. And it's not in the middle of the shittiest part of town, which is nice too.
Yeah, that's usually not a good thing.
Hey, if it's what I can afford, it's what I can afford.
Unfortunately, yeah. But yeah, well, I'm glad you found a better place and safer place.
It's still in the tacky, touristy part of town, but hey.
At least now you've got 2 bedrooms, and
I will eventually.
You on the beach.
First things first, I need to get the store open. What do you think, Chris? Please tell me honestly and truly your full and complete opinion.
Well, it is not exactly true that it's not in the bad part of town. It is also true that it is in a tacky part of town. And the beach is just so garish, and the sun. And this really isn't you. See, for you, I would say more of just in-state New Jersey somewhere. But at the same time, somewhere down the line, you decided to come here, and that is, and it's not a good idea for various reasons.
He's always like that, huh? He's bald.
Especially when I instigate.
I have no idea what you two are talking about.
she just totally smirks at all. There's no kitchen here, but the door over there's a very tiny little bathroom. No shower, but at least hey, there's plumbing, which will make my life easier. It's true. Have you not watched any of these home shows?
Oh, yes, and I'm absolutely sure it's going to be just like that.
Well, except that I'm going to do as much work as I can. I will have to get some help. Because I'm not going to have time to do it all. But, can you imagine me trying to do the window part? When you need multiple people and special equipment? No. That I really don't think I can do. I could probably do the wood framing of, a wall, though.
Well, maybe not. Either way, if you don't need something big lifted, at least you don't have options.
Yeah, the window, that's going to require something a little more special because someone's going to have to actually be on the outside of the building to put it in on the second floor. So yeah. By the way, thank you for that illuminating and very, very honest opinion.
You are more than welcome, and I do stand by what I said. In state New Jersey, think about it.
Jersey Shore. That's a little bit better.
Mm.
Oh, I'm completely sure she will take you up on that offer.
Well, I mean, we could all move. Oh, go ahead.
She was just going to say, I might just use the great big window as an opportunity to push you out of it.
Dramatic. Wonderful. Nice. I like it.
You could learn what the beach feels like when you land on it real hard.
Well, it'll be a learning experience for everyone, I guess.
Really? Because you've totally never hit the sand very hard? I feel very certain that you have, actually.
Oh, never. Absolutely not. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right. Of course you don't.
Yes, I'm just looking at the talk.
He's what?
Talk. They're teasing each other. Can't you just, change and fly away in midair? And I'll look to Christopher.
No, because you know what? I have this feeling that wouldn't work. I think I would probably be watching to see his reaction when he hit the sand.
Oh, well. There are some surprising things left in the world. Don't forget that.
There are, in fact. Maxine's offered to help me out here a little bit.
Oh. Well, that wasn't kind of her.
Mm-hmm. Maybe do a couple shifts here and there until I can get this work, the employee situation sorted out.
That isn't awfully kind. I mean, if you don't need it, I won't offer the same help, though. Between me and Maxine, I don't know how good your loyal fan base will become.
She just starts grinning. I mean, you have a point, but you guys do seem to somehow get along in life. I don't know how you do it, but you do.
Well, I might not contribute it to continuously falling upwards, as the case may be. It isn't something we're very good at.
I thought I heard something about how flying is kind of like trying to hit the ground and missing.
Well, now that is and isn't completely true, and also no, that isn't a good description, yes.
I just have this feeling that I would very, very decidedly hit the ground.
Well, I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Sure. And there's totally things that, that you couldn't try to do that I would be equally bad at. So
is throwing friends up windows something you guys do?
Oh,
depends on the situation.
Well, true, very true. If you ever get invited to any one of our named holidays, I would recommend you stay away from the windows because just right out you go.
We'll remember that.
I'm getting this idea that that might have been you, Chris.
But yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course you do. Who else would actually throw people out windows? I make threats I don't actually do.
Well, isn't it intriguing to see if people can fly?
I feel certain you can tell that some of us cannot.
yeah, I'll just put it out there that I can't.
Appreciated and noted.
Are you sure?
I've fallen from pretty big distances, well, pretty big heights before. So I think I would have, found out.
Mm. Such a limited view. How sad.
Oh, I'll show you a limited view.
Oh,
I feel very certain that you realize that you also have a limited view.
oh,
Yeah. Actually,
do tell.
I don't have to. I don't have to tell. I think that's the point.
It all just kind of stops and just fine.
I mean, I'll tell things as soon as you tell them.
Oh, and what are we telling? What secrets are we trading?
I feel like maybe we should have this conversation somewhere else.
Oh my.
Should I leave you two alone in your stall?
I mean, honestly, I feel that you probably are the problem here. But it's fine. It's just a case of we have to be careful what we say, much as you do.
Yeah, but that's kind of true.
Some of us do have a brain in our heads. Some of us.
Well, no one ever accused me of being smart.
I could. Should I?
That isn't up to you. But I'm not dying to hear these wonderful secrets of yours.
Well, let's just say that I'm the master of my domain, much as you are the master of your domain. But if you put me in your domain, it's a bad choice. And if you put yourself in my domain, that is probably a bad choice. So who has the limited view now?
You're not correct. Though, I will say this, it wouldn't be an interesting, if not terrifying experience before I was probably inevitably eaten.
I don't really know what you're talking about, so I'd say I'm the one with the limited view right now.
Oh, you just have a different version of a limited view. We all have a limited view. I think that's the point here.
Neither and all of us are omnipotent.
Yes, that means me. I am all kinds of omnipotent.
I always knew there was something different about you.
Here, I thought it was my dazzling brown eyes.
Well, they weren't a contender, but godhood is a close second, I'll say.
Have a look around. Yeah, this looks like you're doing well for yourself. Getting somewhere. Rising up in life.
I don't want to be dependent on people. At least I don't want to ever be in the position that I find that I don't have any choice anymore.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And
Well,
I think I'll be good at this. So,
and he'll smile. Today, but I'll see you guys around.
oh, but we're not chasing you out.
I mean, there's actually things I have to do, but no, I mean, I'll definitely call you guys again, and probably have a drink or something.
Yeah, give me a call in a few days if you have any issues or weird things about the contract. It should be good. I mean, that's what I hired them for.
Don't forget to read every single word.
There's a very obvious rolled eyes at all on that one, actually. Hey, I'm being open book here.
Of course you are.
I am not trying to cheat him. Thank you for that, though.
Oh,
I just want a fair deal for everybody involved.
Oh, I was absolutely accusing you of simply cheating him.
I mean, if she was trying to cheat me, now saying it in front of me makes total sense.
I feel like he's pulling kind of a dick move, but it's fine. You know, that's kind of what I'm expecting from him at this point. And she actually gives Hall a slightly hurt look.
Oh. Yeah. Hall's grin noticeably kind of lowers.
If you have to go, I understand. I just figured I'd show you this lovely little piece of, I don't know, whatever it is.
It's pretty cool, and now having a view on the beach is pretty cool.
The best?
I mean, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, it's the best.
I know what's going on here.
And hell not. Yeah, I'll see you around.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
You have, and she'll actually, because she actually knows you, she will scribble down a phone number, and hand it to him and be like, "This is my cell number. If you want to send me pictures of what you're working on, I can, you know, or what you want to do. Maybe we might be able to work through some of that. I mean, it's your choice what you do with your space, but if you want a second opinion."
And he'll not. Yeah, that will actually be very helpful. And he'll give her his number.
Cool.
And with that, he'll wave and he'll go back to set, where probably has things to do, because I have things to do.
Legit.
And with that, unless you guys have something to add, we can end this in there.
It's fine.
Yeah, good for me.
Thank you, watchers, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. And see you on another episode of World of Darkness.